The cargo bay doors hissed open like a predator's jaws, and in stumbled a figure cloaked in shadows and blood, an alien princess, her iridescent skin torn and flickering like dying stars, dumped at my feet by the station's enforcers as if she were yesterday's trash. I froze, mop in hand, the sterile hum of the orbital outpost's life support systems, the only sound piercing the silence. Me, Elias Thorne, a nobody janitor scraping grime off the underbelly of humanity's farthest reach, suddenly responsible for this ethereal being? Her eyes, vast pools of swirling violet, locked onto mine with a desperation that clawed at my soul. What had they done to her? And why me? The enforcers didn't bother with explanations. Clean her up, Thorne, barked the lead one, his armored suit gleaming under the harsh fluorescence. She's your problem now. Orders from above. They vanished into the corridors, leaving me alone with her in the dim glow of emergency lights. I knelt, my heart pounding like a malfunctioning reactor. Her wounds weren't just physical, something deeper pulsed beneath her skin, a faint glow that whispered of secrets buried in the void. But that was only the beginning. I dragged her to my quarters, a cramped pod barely fit for one, let alone a royal from the stars. The station Epsilon 9 orbited a forgotten gas giant on the edge of known space, a dumping ground for the galaxy's rejects. Humans like me, indentured to the corporation, mopped up after the elite, scientists, traders, and the occasional diplomat who thought they owned the universe. I'd been here 5 years, ever since Earth kicked me out for a crime I didn't commit. Loneliness was my companion, until now. She stirred as I applied the med gel for my emergency kit, her breath ragged. Human, she whispered, her voice like wine through crystal chimes. You are not like them. Her name was Lyria, princess of the Etherian Empire, or so she murmured in fevered delirium. Etherians, legends to us, beings of pure energy woven into flesh, rulers of nebulae we'd only glimpse through telescopes. What war had brought her here, broken and bound? As night cycle dimmed the lights, artificial, but it felt real, I watched her sleep. Her skin mended slowly, threads of light knitting the gashes closed. But in the quiet, something shifted. A hum in my mind, like static from a forbidden frequency. Was it her? Or just the station's ghosts playing tricks? What I felt next would haunt me forever. Morning brought questions. The station buzzed with rumors. Whispers in the mess hall about a crashed Etherian vessel salvaged by corporate raiders. Lyria awoke, her eyes clearer but guarded. Why did they give me to you? She asked, sitting up with a grace that belied her injuries. I shrugged, handing her a nutrient pack. I'm the lowest on the totem pole. Disposable. But her gaze pierced deeper, as if reading my scars, the betrayal by my ex-partner that landed me here. The nights, I stared at the stars wishing for escape. We talked in fragments. She spoke of her world, Ethria, a planet of floating cities amid auroras, where emotions fueled technology. Her people bonded through resonance, a psychic link that amplified power. But betrayal struck. Her own advisor, Zoreth, sold her out to humans hungry for Etherian tech. They tore my resonance core, she said, touching her chest where a faint scar glowed. Without it, I'm incomplete. That night, as the station groaned under gravitational pulls, I couldn't sleep. Lyria tossed in her bunk, murmuring in her tongue. I reached out instinctively to calm her. My hand brushed her arm, and fire ignited. Visions flooded me. Vast starfields, alien battles, a throne room, ablaze. She gasped, eyes flying open. You unlocked it. The resonance. In me, a human janitor, something stirred. A connection forbidden across species. None of us were prepared for what came next. The days blurred into a fragile alliance. I hid her from patrols, smuggling food and tools to repair her core, a crystalline implant that pulsed with stolen energy. Lyria taught me glimpses of her world, how Etherians manipulated gravity with thoughts, bent light into weapons. In return, I shared human tales, Earth's oceans, lost loves, the grit of survival. Her laughter, rare and melodic, echoed in my pod like hope. But tension brewed. Station Commander Vale, Summon me. Thorn, reports of unauthorized energy spikes in your sector. His holographic face sneered from the comms panel. Hand over whatever you're hiding, or it's the airlock for you. I lied, sweat beating, but knew time was short. Lariah sensed it too. We must flee, she urged. My people will come for me, if I can signal them. That night, under the veil of darkness, we attempted the unlock fully. She guided my hand to her core, our minds merging in a torrent. Ecstasy and agony intertwined. Her memories became mine, the betrayal by Zorith, her father's death in a coup, her flight across the stars. In turn, she saw my pain, the frame-up that stole my life. The resonance bloomed, a bridge between human heart and alien soul. Power surged. I felt gravity shift at my whim. But that was only the tip of the iceberg. Word spread. A bounty hunter, Jax, a cyber-enhanced brute with a grudge against aliens, cornered us in the maintenance shafts. Princess fetch a high price, he growled, plasma rifle humming. Lariah's eyes flared, and through our link, I channeled her strength, twisting metal around him like vines. We escaped, but the station locked down. Alarms blared, red lights, painting the corridors in blood. Deeper we delved, into forbidden levels where experiments hummed. Corporate secrets. Labs breeding hybrid soldiers, fusing human DNA with Etherian essence. This is why they wanted me, Lariah whispered horror in her voice. To weaponize my kind. We sabotaged what we could, sparks flying as systems overloaded. Yet doubt crept in. The resonance deepened our bond, but it changed me. Flashes of alien rage, urges to dominate. Was I losing myself? Lariah felt it too. Human emotions are chaotic, she confessed. They amplify but corrupt. In a quiet moment, amid flickering consoles, she touched my face. Elias, what if this destroys us both? The question lingered like a shadow. Escape seemed impossible. Vale's forces closed in, sealing bulkheads. We reached the docking bay, Lariah's signal beacon finally active, a pulse to her fleet, light years away. But Zorith appeared holographic and smug. Princess, you think a janitor can save you? I sold you to them for power. He revealed the twist. The corporation promised him an army of resonated hybrids. Betrayal stung. Lariah faltered, her core dimming. I pulled her close, our link flaring. We're more than that, I said. Together, we fought, gravity waves hurling enforcers aside, light blades slicing drones, blood and energy mixed in the chaos. But victory came at a cost. Wounded, we boarded a shuttle, engines roaring as we broke free from Epsilon 9. The station receded, a speck against the gas giant storms. Lariah leaned on me, her glow faint. You unlocked my heart, Elias, not just the core. In the void, our minds entwined, sharing dreams of a new world, perhaps a haven where human and Etherian could coexist. They left me alone with her, the doors sealing with a hiss that sounded like fate locking in. I knelt, my heart hammering like a malfunctioning engine. She was alien, that much was clear, Etherian if the rumors were true. Legends of beings from beyond the rim, masters of energy and emotion. But here she was, injured, vulnerable. Her breath came in ragged gasps, and as I touched her arm to check for a pulse, a jolt shot through me, electric, warm, like touching a live wire wrapped in silk. But that jolt was just the spark. The fire was coming. I dragged her to my quarters, a cramped pod in the station's underbelly, where the walls hummed with the constant drone of life, support. Epsilon 9 orbited a stormy gas giant called Vortex Prime, a corporate outpost for mining rare gases and experimenting on whatever the galaxy spat out. I'd been here 5 years, exiled from Earth for a frame-up I didn't deserve. My ex-partner sold me out for a promotion, leaving me to rot as a janitor, cleaning spills, fixing leaks, invisible to the scientists and execs above. The pod was barely big enough for one. A bunk, a sink, a small table cluttered with holovids of old Earth movies. I laid her on the bunk, her slight frame sinking into the thin mattress. She moaned softly, her long, flowing hair, strands of silver that moved like liquid, spilling over the edge. I grabbed my medkit, the one I'd scavenged from abandoned labs, and applied gel to her wounds. The substance foamed, sealing the cuts, but her skin pulsed beneath, as if alive with its own intelligence. As the station's night cycle dimmed the lights to a soft blue, she stirred. Human. Her voice was melodic, like wind chimes in a breeze, but laced with pain. You are kind. Her eyes opened fully, locking on mine. In that gaze, I felt seen, truly seen for the first time in years. My loneliness, my anger, it all reflected back. What secrets did those eyes hold? I sat on the floor, back against the wall, watching her. Sleep evaded me. The gas giant's storms raged outside the porthole, lightning cracking across purple clouds. She murmured in her sleep, words in a language that tugged at my mind. Etherian, I guessed. I'd heard stories in the mess hall, whispers of an empire where emotions fueled technology, where love could bend reality. Was she a refugee? A prisoner? The corporate enforcers didn't give prizes to janitors without a catch. Morning came with the harsh buzz of my alarm. The station awoke, corridors filling with the clatter of boots and the hum of machinery. I slipped out for rations, nodding to the other grunts. Rough night, Thorn? Asked Lena, the mechanic with grease-streaked hair. I muttered something non-committal, grabbing nutrient packs and water. Back in the pod, she was awake, sitting up with a regal posture that made the dingy space feel like a throne room. I am Lariah, she said, her voice stronger. Princess of Ethria, heir to the stellar throne. The words hung in the air, absurd yet commanding. A princess? In my pod? I laughed, nervous. I'm Elias, janitor. Not exactly royal company. But she didn't smile. Instead, she touched her chest where a faint scar glowed under her torn robes. They took my ship, captured me. Your corporation wants what I hold. Her story unfolded in halting bursts. Ethria, a world of floating citadels amid nebulae where her people harnessed resonance, a psychic bond that amplified power through emotions. But betrayal struck, her advisor, Zoreth, allied with humans, selling secrets for his own gain. He injured me, she whispered, tore at my core. Without it fully restored, I am weakened. That night, as the station quieted, I offered her food. She ate delicately, her movements fluid. We talked, me of Earth's crowded cities, lost dreams, her of starlit balls and wars among the stars. A warmth built between us, subtle at first, but when she reached for my hand, thanking me, the jolt returned stronger. Visions flashed. Her escape pod crashing, enforcers dragging her away. I pulled back, gasping. Something inside her was awakening, and it was calling to me. Days passed in secrecy. I smuggled tools from maintenance, scanners, energy cells to help repair her core, a crystalline implant in her chest that pulsed with faint light. Resonance requires a link, she explained one afternoon as I worked under her guidance. But it's dangerous for outsiders. Human minds are fragile. Her words stung, but her touch was gentle, sending tingles up my arm. The station's routine ground on. I mopped corridors, fixed vents, all while hiding her. Rumors swirled. A crashed alien vessel, corporate salvaging tech. Commander Vale's announcements blared. Increased security. Report anomalies. I felt eyes on me, paranoia creeping. One evening, Reyes cornered me in the bay. What's that glow in your pod, Thorn? Hiding something? I lied, sweat beading, but he let me go with a warning glare. Back with Lariah, tension crackled. We must be careful, she said. My people will search for me, but the signal is weak. That night, she convulsed in pain, the core flickering. I held her instinctively, my hands on her shoulders. The link surged, emotions flooding. Her fear, my protectiveness. Power bloomed. Objects in the pod levitated, gravity warping. You unlocked it, she gasped, eyes wide. The resonance. In a human. Forbidden, powerful. But unlocking it invited darkness. The bond grew. Mornings, I'd wake with her thoughts echoing in my mind, fragments of Etherian lullabies, memories of her father's wisdom. You're changing me, I said one day as we shared a meal. I feel stronger. She nodded, sorrow in her eyes. Resonance binds souls, but it can consume. We practiced in secret, me bending light into small shields, her teaching control. Intimacy deepened, not physical, but deeper, minds entwining. Subplots emerged. I confided in Lena, the mechanic, swearing her to secrecy. An alien princess? You're shitting me, she said, but helped smuggle parts. Meanwhile, a bounty hunter named Jax infiltrated the station, his cyber implants whirring. Heard there's prize cargo, he muttered in the mess hall. I overheard, heart sinking. One night, as storms raged, Lariah shared her deepest fear. Zorith isn't just an advisor. He's my uncle. Family betrayal cuts deepest. Tears glistened, alien yet human. I held her, the link flaring. Visions of her past overwhelmed me. The coup, her escape. In return, she saw my frame up my rage. We are alike, she whispered. The unlock was complete. Power coursed through us. But corporate closed in. Alarms blared mid-shift. Intruder alert. All personnel report. I raced back, finding Reyes at my pod, rifle raised. Hand her over, Thorn. Lariah stood defiant, light coiling around her. Through the bond, I channeled strength, twisting his weapon, slamming him against the wall. We fled into the shafts, hearts pounding. The docking bay, she said, signal my fleet. Pursued by drones, we fought, gravity waves crushing metal, light blasts searing air. Lena joined, blasting a path. Go, I'll hold them. But in the bay, Zoritha's hologram appeared. Niece, you ally with Vermin? The corporation offers power. Twist, he revealed the core wasn't torn. It was altered to bond with humans, an experiment. The revelation shattered her. You used me? Betrayal fueled rage. Our link exploded, destroying drones. Escape shuttle launched, station exploding behind. Zoritha's ship pursued. Battle in void. Resonated power versus treachery. Low point, Lariah wounded, fading. Elias, forgive. I poured my essence, saving her. Rendezvous with fleet. Zorith defeated. Bond eternal. On Ethria, peace. You unlocked my heart, she said. Stars whispered of more.